Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm going to do something a little bit different today. What I want to talk about is what's going on with Hasbro. I mean, collecting used to be kind of simple. You'd go into the store, pick up some figures, and then you'd collect. I mean, if we look back at 2019, we had Force Friday, right? So we had those first edition that came out in the white boxes. Now keep in mind, we had a video game, a movie, and a TV show coming out. So we were getting figures from all three of those entities, which was actually kind of cool. And those white boxes were a unique idea, but it didn't really end there, did it? Because right after the white boxes came out, or at the same time, there were these carbonized figures. And they were retailer exclusives, right? Like Target, Amazon, GameStop. And they were really cool to get. And then eventually, after the carbonized, right? You got the 4 carbonized figures that came out. And after that, we started seeing the release of some additional figures, right? And it wasn't overwhelming, you know? It was figures from the video game, from the movie, from the TV show. And to be quite honest, I think most of them were repacks because they weren't coming in white boxes. Like the Ray and Dio, you know, that came in both. So in 2019, and then of course you had some retailer exclusives, but not too many. Look, it's only like 8 figures. So that's kind of like 2019 at a glance. But then, I don't know what happened. 2020 came along. And I agree with you. It's been kind of a crazy year, right? I mean, not only are we getting like regular releases? You know, we had the Zori Bliss, the Clone Commander Bly, we had Kit Fisto, we're getting like Tebow, Admiral Akibar. We just had this long list of exclusives. I mean, look at them. Hondo, the Mountain Trooper, Jango Fett, Captain Cardinal, Chopper. And it didn't end there. I mean, there was like a ton of exclusives, which means you had to go around to like all the different retailers to be able to like secure some figures. And it's getting out of hand. We're still in 2020. And then, to top that off, they released the 40th anniversary Empire Strikes Back. And some of these figures, I get it. You just can't pass up because of the face sculpts, like that Rebel Soldier. It's getting crazy out there. So 2019, we had a fairly reasonable year for figures. 2020, we had the regular releases. And on top of that, there were a whole slew of exclusives to specific retailers. I mean, if you look at just the sheer numbers from their sheets, there were 2.5 times the figures that came out from 2019 to 2020. You had 4.5 times the exclusives going to specific retailers. And you know what? If you were buying figures, it cost you 4 times the amount of money. If you go by the Hasbro collector sheet, there were 33 figures in 2019. That's not bad. 8 were exclusives. In 2020, you're already looking at 78 figures. 36 were exclusives, which means in 2019, you spent about $400. In 2020, if you had to have everything, $1,800 you've spent already. And we're not talking about the exclusives, the Heroes of Endor set, the Holiday Troopers, etc., the credit collection figures. It's getting crazy out there, folks. And you know, we're not even talking about if you collect G.I. Joe or Marvel Legends. That's a whole nother story. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to get the figures that I can get of the ones that I really, really want. I did a video before, the ones that I'm passing on. Check that out. See what you agree with. And just get the figures that are going to mean something to you and your collection. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Make sure you subscribe and come back for more.